Welcome back, crew, to Boats vs. Haulover, where man and machine take on Mother Nature down at beautiful Haulover Inlet in Miami, Florida. And as you can tell from these images, gonna be a little bit of a rough day. Gonna be interesting to see how our captains fare as they step in the ring and do battle at the inlet. And this, of course, is going to bring us to the first round of our contest. And here in the first round, the boats are going to toss a Sea Ray in the ring to see if it can go ahead and squeeze out a win in the first round and get the boats on the board. But let's get this one rolling. Our Caps coming out of the inlet got the throttle down just a little bit. No! They stuff it early and his bunny goes down. Unbelievable. Early on in this contest, Cap just doesn't have the bow trimmed up right. They wind up taking a wave over the bow. They get air. Our guy lands after getting the air and winds up on the deck of the boat. But Cap, doing Cap things, is going to keep pushing through the inlet. But you've got to do that anyway. That's why I hate when other people are standing in the boat. Because if somebody goes down or something goes wrong, as the captain, you've got to try and keep the boat moving as well, as Haulover's not a good spot to stop. But fortunately for him, his buddy winds up getting back up, almost goes down again. But man, the damage is done on this one, and this crew is going to take a loss for the boats here in the first round. That's going to bring us to the second round of our competition. Haulover's got an early 1-0 edge, but here in the second round, the boats are going to toss a Hydra Sports in the ring to see if they can get on the board. And here we go, round two. Our crew looks solid. Cap's got the throttle opened up on this one. Boat up on plane. They do have a little bit of a following sea, so they got to be careful to make sure they don't stuff it. But man, they've got the bow high, and they're going to blast their way straight into the inlet. No issues here, and easily take a win for the boats in the second round. And that's going to bring us to a 1-1 tie as we move into the third round of our contest. And here in the third round, the boats are going to toss a Bennington. I guess they're going to toss a Bennington in the ring to see how it fares. I got a feeling it's not going to fare well. This boat is absolutely getting smacked up at the bow, stuffing it just about every single wave. And our guy moves to the front. It looks like the door has broken apart. There's a little cover on the front of the door, and I believe it came off. And it looks like our guy's trying to hold it together up there. But it's not going to do much good. This boat's just taking wave after wave over the bow of those pontoons. Once again, pontoons really are not great boats to handle the inlet. They just don't have enough freeboard, and they can find themselves in trouble just like we see right here. But I got a question for you guys. I always am curious about this when we see these pontoons like we see here coming out. Do you guys think this boat belongs to them, or is this one a rental? Let me know in the comments below, because I'll tell you what, it is one of the most popular emails we get is from the rental companies down here asking us for the date and time of certain video clips, such as this one, so they can try and figure out exactly who took their boat out of the inlet, because most of these rental companies have a clause in the rental saying you're not allowed to do this and not allowed to take it out through the inlet. But unfortunately for this crew, they're going to wind up taking a loss for the boats here in the third round. And that's going to bring us to the fourth round of our competition. Haulover's up 2-1, and here in the fourth round, the boats are going to bring a Dusky into the contest to see if it can get this one tied back up. And here we go, our crew is making their way toward the mouth of the inlet. Right now, they've got the boat running at a pretty decent pace. They've got a moderate following sea. Always got to be careful, as you can see right there, a close call. You got to be careful to make sure you've got this trimmed up enough to keep that bow up so you don't wind up dropping into the wave in front of you. Right now they look pretty good. They're entering the mouth, and so far, hugging the north side of the inlet, which is a great call again, is staying out of the middle, and they should be all good. And this crew's going to make it in without issues as conditions pick up here at the end of the day, and they're going to wind up taking a win for the boats. And that's going to bring us to our fifth and final round of our contest. We are now tied at 2 apiece. And here in the fifth and final round, the boats are going to bring a Sun Tracker. Man, the tuners are on fire today as those pontoon boys are trying to take on the inlet. Let's see if this crew has a little better luck than our last crew. And no, unbelievable. They wind up stuffing it lightly early, but again, as usual, we don't rate stuffings here, and a stuffing means an automatic loss. And this crew's going to continue out, but it's just the slow roll approach. There's not much they can do. There's just no freeboard on the front of this boat. All they can do is try and work their way out and try and keep this thing afloat. But it looks like Cap, she's made her way out of the inlet here, and now is going to lean into the throttles a little bit to try and get this one up. And that probably will help a little bit, but the damage is done as she's going to wind up taking the loss. And unfortunately in this one, Haulover winds up taking the win in this episode. Thanks for watching, crew. Hope you enjoyed this episode of Boats vs. Haulover. If you did, please check out our other content. We have Wavy Boats, who does a bunch of great things down at the inlets. My channel, Broncos Guru, do some great comedy boating videos there as well. And of course, we got the Miami Boat Ramps channel that focuses on all the hilarity that happens at the boat ramps in South Florida. And if you guys haven't already, go ahead and drop an anchor on the subscribe button here.